Hello and welcome everyone. I'm your host Ajay Aditya C from Zoho, and in today's session we'll explore how to integrate and manage multiple online stores on Shopify from a single Zoho Inventory organization. During this session, we'll keep things as simple and straightforward as possible. Here with me today, I have some panelists from the Zoho Inventory team who can take your questions. So feel free to type your questions or save them and email them to support@zoho-inventory.com. I'm going to begin the session with two assumptions. One, that you are all either online sellers using Shopify or at the very least people who are considering Shopify seriously, and two, that everyone here is somewhat familiar with Zoho Inventory. So I am going to skip the setup processes of both of these apps and jump right into integrating them. But if you're new here and you wish to learn how to set up your Zoho Inventory organization, we conduct free webinars every single week, and you can find the registration links below. So why integrate Zoho Inventory and Shopify? While online retailing has its merits, things can get quite crazy, especially when the order inflow is high. An online seller without a centralized system typically has to juggle between their online store, inventory records, accounting, shipping carriers, emails, vendors, and the list is big, and you get the idea. And this will only get crazier as they grow, not just in size, but also in the number of online sales channels where they have listed their products. So one can expect to find an increase in the frequency of orders falling through the cracks, returns piling up, delays in product shipments, unhappy customers, premature stockouts, high handling costs, and business owners with high blood pressures. Hence, we have built an order management solution for micro, small, and medium businesses that sell online, and this system is called the Zoho Inventory. Zoho Inventory is a cloud-based end-to-end inventory tracking system that integrates with popular sales channels like Shopify for this case, while keeping track of your conventional retail and wholesale channels. Plus, you can manage your customers' purchases, inventory tracking, multiple warehouses, stock valuation, and product returns, as well as order fulfillment via 30 plus shipping carriers, all from a single app for up to 5 Shopify stores at the same time. No more juggling, no more struggling, and we are with you all the way, since every subscriber gets full access to call, chat, and email support 24/5 irrespective of your plan. Cool, so let's see how this works. An integration between Shopify and Zoho Inventory is a two-way street. New customers who buy your products on Shopify for the first time will get added to Zoho Inventory, and then the integrated system will start collecting all their orders. As soon as the orders are in and you process shipments, Zoho Inventory would instantly update the decrease in stock levels to your Shopify stores. As you keep selling, the inbuilt mechanisms within Zoho Inventory will watch out for low stock items and alert you. You can then place reorders from preferred vendors and add the items into your store or your warehouse as they arrive. Shopify will be updated of this increase in stock promptly. Like this, the system will keep track of any fluctuations in item stock levels arising out of sales and purchases, and will update Shopify as well as any other integrated online sales channels instantly. Your items will never be unlisted from a channel as long as you keep replenishing stock. Also, when you pack and ship the goods sold on Shopify or any integrated channel for the matter, using one of the shipping carriers within Zoho Inventory, the shipment information will be updated to Shopify. Preparing for this integration. First and foremost, you will need to make sure that the base currency of your Shopify store is same as the base currency of your organization within Zoho Inventory. For example, if your Shopify store deals primarily in US dollars, then the base currency of your Zoho Inventory organization must be USD. This will ensure that your money, taxes, and your reports are all captured in accordance to your home country or the country where you pay your taxes. Secondly, make sure that all your Shopify items and item variants have unique names and stock keeping units, which are also known as SKUs. This is to help Zoho Inventory import Shopify items and map them to pre-existing items based on the names or SKUs automatically without any effort from your end. Now, if you're new to inventory management or are just starting out as an online retailer, then we have prepared a video on 5 basic inventory concepts and tools that can help you. I'll add the link to this video in the follow-up email as well as in the YouTube description of this recording later. Number 3, make sure that you have enabled inventory tracking for all your items within Shopify. This is one of the prerequisites for stock updates to happen from Zoho Inventory to Shopify. Number 4, enable taxes within Zoho Inventory's tax module if you have not done that already. This will help the systems map taxes between the two apps. Any taxes that you apply to the orders on Shopify is going to be added to the Zoho Inventory database, and this would be associated with the orders that you process here. Number 5, you must also enable automatic multi-currency converters within Zoho Inventory's currency module. This will come in handy when you transact beyond your borders and sell to customers in different currencies. Number 6, items and sales order data between Zoho Inventory and Shopify flow only in one direction for now, that is from Shopify to Zoho Inventory. So any changes that you wish to make to a particular item or order before the integration has to happen inside of Shopify. That said, upon integrating the two apps, Zoho Inventory will take up the role of stock master and will make sure that the item stock levels in Shopify are in tune with the sales and purchases you make across all integrated channels, as well as the sales and purchases that you make offline. So, how do you integrate a Shopify store and Zoho Inventory? Well, to integrate your pre-existing Shopify store with Zoho Inventory, open the integrations module using the sidebar and access the shopping cart tab. Click on the Setup Now button adjacent to Shopify. In the next window, enter your unique store name and hit connect. The interface will then evaluate your credentials for a few moments before connecting the two apps. And lo, you are connected. Now for the next step, we will configure this integration to suit our specific needs using the configuration page. Here, we can change the data sync time and enable or disable the stock sync between Zoho Inventory and Shopify. Sometime back, we updated our integrations module to further expand your multi-channel selling capabilities. Thanks to this, you can now integrate up to 5 different Shopify stores to a single Zoho Inventory organization and manage all of them from just a single license. We'll be seeing more about this in the next part of this webinar. So for now, let's proceed with the item sync for your first Shopify store. Item sync. It is best to sync and map all your items from the first store into Zoho Inventory before you move on to integrating more Shopify stores, especially if you have listed the same items across multiple stores. Let's see how we can do the sync and map all the items for the first store to the ones in Zoho Inventory. Now that I have integrated Shopify and Zoho Inventory, I'm just going to map the items and directly add them into the database. Upon integrating your first store, your online items will be brought into Zoho Inventory as unmapped items. If for some reason they already exist within Zoho Inventory because of, say, manual item imports or maybe offline transactions, then they'll be mapped to the existing items automatically, as long as the SKUs in Zoho Inventory is the same as the SKUs in Shopify. If they are different, then you will find the items classified as unmapped items or unconfirmed items. These unconfirmed items can be accessed from various places. You can reach them from the dashboard, or you can just proceed to the item module and then apply a special filter to find them. Or you can just navigate to the integrations module inside of Zoho Inventory and then just go to the item sync area wherein you can access these unconfirmed items within the sync history. Now there are two things that you can do here. So if an unconfirmed item imported from Shopify is totally new and does not have any pre-existing versions inside of Zoho Inventory, you can just confirm the item and add it to the database. Now what to do if you have a lot of unconfirmed items which are not present in Zoho Inventory but are present only in Shopify? Well, you can just select all of these unconfirmed items in bulk and then confirm them as new additions to the Zoho Inventory database. If it does have a pre-existing counterpart with a slightly different name and SKU, then you can just map this item to the existing item manually. Now, the manual mapping process has to be done quite carefully, and you must avoid any mistakes here. In case you map a Shopify item to the wrong item inside of Zoho Inventory, then you can unlink the two items and relink it to the correct match. However, this will prevent the integration system from syncing any orders or customers that you received during the time you messed up. Also, the manual mapping process, while being straightforward, can be time consuming, especially if you have a lot of items to match between Shopify and Zoho Inventory. So it is always advised to help the system auto-map your items by having the same SKUs or names for a given item across both of these apps. As soon as a Shopify item gets mapped to the corresponding item in Zoho Inventory, its stock level as listed in Zoho Inventory will be updated to your Shopify store. This is because Zoho Inventory will always be in charge of stock level so as to allow your purchases, returns, item adjustments, and stock transfers to be properly reflected in all of your online stores. Now, what if you're a dropshipper? If you don't maintain inventory, you might be worrying that your items will get unlisted because their stock level will be 0. You're correct, but we have a solution for that. Dropshippers can turn off the stock sync option for Shopify from the integrations module within Zoho Inventory. Doing this will prevent the inventory module from interfering with your item listings on Shopify without affecting your orders. Now, similar to the new items from Shopify, you would find your contacts and sales order modules within Zoho Inventory teeming with fresh information from your Shopify store. and these would be added to the database without any problems as long as the items related to these records have been confirmed or mapped properly. Now we are going to see how we can integrate more than one Shopify store to Zoho Inventory. To connect multiple Shopify stores, navigate to Shopping Cart under Integrations and click on the Add Store button beside Shopify. Enter the store name, hit the Connect button, and log in to your store to connect your second Shopify store. The configuration steps that follow this are identical to the ones we saw earlier. This way, you can connect multiple stores and manage orders from all of them. Please note that the number of stores you can connect depends on your subscription plan, and you can only have a maximum of 5 Shopify stores integrated with one Zoho Inventory organization at the moment. Managing online sales orders. You'll be notified of new online orders as soon as they get generated inside of Zoho Inventory from Shopify by the bell notification at the top right corner. You can access your new orders from under the online orders filter within the sales orders module. Any payment that's been received in Shopify will be added as a comment in the order. If you fulfill your online orders directly on Shopify, then you can just mark these orders as confirmed and fulfilled. However, I would recommend you to fulfill orders from within Zoho Inventory because the system will any which ways update the shipping information from Zoho Inventory to Shopify, but then the reverse will not happen. So let's see how we can record and track order fulfillment inside of Zoho Inventory. Now, to fulfill an order, open a confirmed sales order from Shopify. Hit the Create button from the top right corner and select Package from the drop-down. You may either pack all the products in the order together or split them into multiple packages. To ship your package, click the Ship button. Now you'll have a choice between shipping your products manually, or in other words by yourself, or shipping them using a carrier service integrated with Zoho Inventory. Let me demonstrate a manual shipment for you today. Select Ship Manually and then fill in the necessary information associated with the shipment. If you have integrated your Zoho Inventory organization with a service called AfterShip, then you will be able to track the shipment and notify your customer of its status automatically. Your shipment status will then be synced from Zoho Inventory to Shopify, and the inventory that has left your warehouse will be reflected across all online stores that contain those items. Once you see on AfterShip that your shipment has been delivered, your sales cycle is complete. Now, a few things to remember. When handling returns for online orders using the Sales Returns module in Zoho Inventory, you will have to go and update the order status on the Shopify store manually. When you do so, Shopify will prompt you to return the stock back into inventory. When that happens, please select No. This is because Zoho Inventory will automatically take care of maintaining stock levels whenever you record a transaction through it, including product returns. So the correct stock level will always be updated during the next sync cycle. So please wait for that and don't do anything that will affect the stock level twice. Now, downgrading your subscription plan and moving to a lower plan may deactivate the integration with one or more Shopify stores. This is because the number of Shopify stores that you can integrate with Zoho Inventory at the same time depends on the subscription plan you are in. The higher the plan, the more number of stores that you can link. If you have different SKUs on Shopify and Zoho Inventory for the same item, then be careful with your manual item mapping and make sure to map the correct items. That said, if you map a Shopify item with the wrong item by mistake, don't worry. You can unlink them and relink the Shopify item to the right item inside of Zoho Inventory. With that, we have reached the end of this session. Now let's go for a quick recap. Today we saw why we should go for a centralized order management system. We saw how we can integrate Shopify with Zoho Inventory. We also saw how we can map Shopify items with the existing ones inside of Zoho Inventory. And then we saw how we can integrate more than one Shopify store to Zoho Inventory. And we saw how Zoho Inventory behaves as the master of stock to all your Shopify stores, including how to disable the stock sync in case we are dropshippers who maintain virtual inventory. And finally, we saw how we could manage and fulfill orders within Zoho Inventory before discussing a few important things that we need to keep in mind for running a smooth operation. A big thank you to all of you who stayed with me till the end of the webinar. You guys are the best. And I have some good news for you guys. I'm working on more webinars and inventory cases to help you on your journey. So please keep an eye out for them by following Zoho Inventory on Twitter and Instagram. That's where we hang out these days. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, you can always email us at support@zoho-inventory.com. You can even tell us what topics you would like to see webinars on, and we'll see what we can do from our end. Signing off, this is your host Ajay Aditya C from Zoho, and I hope to see you all again. Thank you.